Peak Marketers, this is Bill Guthrie, and I'm excited to welcome our featured guest, Sean Donahoe. Sean started his first successful business at the age of 10 and has never looked back. He is the founder of ADD Marketing Group, so appropriately named, by the way, for
Very much
marketers.
so.
A company dedicated to the success, growth, and development of businesses and entrepreneurs worldwide. In the last 20 years, he has guided over 150,000 entrepreneurs to success all over the world. Sean, are you ready?
I am ready to rock. How you doing, Bill?
I am great, man. Thank you so much. Well, let's just start off. Help us get to know Sean Donahoe, the person, and tell us a little bit about your business.
Well, I started a long time ago. Like I said, I've always had the entrepreneurial bug because who wants a job?
Yeah.
We've all been there. We've all had to do jobs that we didn't like. But I always wanted to be in control of my own destiny. So at the age of 16, I started my own business, building computers of all things, and then ended up consulting with different companies. I kind of grew that up. Started consulting in the IT space. That's my kind of background is IT. And then, that just grew and grew and grew. And I ended up kind of learning about this whole thing called the interwebs and just absolutely fascinated me. I was on the internet before it really became popular in 94, 95. And this is going way, way back into my geek brain. But I was always fascinated by this and the ability to market a business online. Now, I was still doing IT consulting at that time. And I just heard companies talking so much about how they needed to, do more traditional. I was actually in New York at this time, but I called it the Madison Avenue mindset, where all the big advertising firms are. I'm hearing them talking about how they're going to market on television. I'm like, use the internet. This internet thing is going to blow up. And it'll never work. I actually remember I was in Nantucket talking with the CEO of Blockbuster and saying that things are going to go streaming. Eventually, the internet speeds are going to go streaming. This was in, 2000. And he said, never going to happen. DVDs will be around forever. Yeah, where's Blockbuster right now?
Right.
Uh,
Yeah, I was absolutely.
so, people just couldn't get their head around this whole internet concept thing. And I just saw so much opportunity. So I said, you know what? To heck with the corporate side of things. We're going to start building websites and showing people how to actually market online. And we had many, many clients. We built Amazon competitors. I actually owned one of the largest art websites online, selling millions of dollars worth of product, and millions of items of inventory, and we just completely blew it up. And the thing was, I was starting to teach for free all of my clients how to market online, and they a lot of them didn't get it, which was a shame. But I was doing that just as part of client customer relationship. Honestly, I got frustrating, so I thought, you know what? Let me package up all of my knowledge that I've attained over the last few years and just put it out there. And that just exploded. So I ended up firing most of my clients. We've still got a few that are still good friends, but 70 clients, boom, gone. Big high dollar website business, boom, gone. Let's focus on this. And then we've just completely exploded that. And now I do what I do. I'm one of the best known names in this industry. I'm one of the old school soldiers, you might say, because a lot of people, they come and they go and you wonder what happened. I've been around quite a while and I'm staying around for quite a while as well, showing people what I do, how I do it, new tactics, new strategies. We're always innovating. We're building software. We're building strategies. And this is a beautiful industry to be in. There's so much opportunity and so many ways that you can approach marketing or business online, entrepreneurship online. And the funny thing is, we talk about internet marketing. There's no such thing because marketing without internet is not marketing. It's merged. It's fused together so much that it's just one and the same thing. We're marketing. We're sales and marketing. And that's basically a quick myopic view of where we've come from to where we are now.
Well, and I think that you bring up an interesting point because the internet, almost more than anything else, it just has touched all of our lives. with phones and with that technology becoming such a personal experience, you have people who are interested in marketing of some sort in an online fashion who aren't even fully fledged business owners, or they can be hobbyists. It's a place where you can actually, for the first time ever, you can generate income from something that you just like to do, or that you might have a passion in, or we see that all the time. So, and I think that those tools are now so available and ready to people without very little technical skill, or they didn't have to have an MBA. They don't have, there's enough great information out there. There's enough great tools and ways for us to use the internet and to access it that it's pretty remarkable.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And like you say, this is the golden age. There has never been a time in history where information has been so available. Globalization. I mean, you can now start a business and reach the entire world, interact with different cultures, different religions, different creeds, different classes, different races. I mean, literally all borders are now eliminated. You can transact. You can put a transaction right now and take an order from China like that.
Right.
Japan, boom. Africa, boom. Done. You can literally launch a global enterprise in a snap of a finger and just start a ball rolling. And you can start with almost no experience, no knowledge. Just put yourself out there and the entire world can hear your message. I can't think of another time in history that has been so exciting to live in as right now.
I love that. I love that. Well, tell us, what was your biggest stumbling block to achieving success? And then, how did you overcome that?
That's a great question. I had to think about that a little bit. Honestly, there was so much, and unfortunately, it's still the same today. Bill and I have been in this industry a while. There's so much BS out there. And you trying to filter through when you first start getting going. Back when I was first starting, people hadn't really figured it out yet. There was still a lot of ideas, a lot of stuff being thrown out there, but a lot of it was BS. And they really hadn't nailed down processes or ideas or systems that were consistently able to work. So that was a big stumbling block for me because I had to figure it out all myself. And luckily, I've got the tenacity to do that. So I'm the kind of person that will lock themselves in a dungeon for a little while and just come out when I've hit that eureka moment. I'll hammer away, put down ideas. The cool thing is that marketing or sales and marketing hasn't really changed that much in hundreds of years. The same core principles of, say, for example, direct sales applies as well today as it did in the 1700s, sure. 1800s, et cetera, et cetera. So some of the core techniques can be or could be transposed over to the internet. But my first real success was video marketing, funnily enough. Couple of reasons for that. Now, it's only by pure coincidence. My company is called ADD Marketing Group. But the funny thing is that I actually do have ADD. I have what I call HD ADD, high definition, and I'm also dyslexic. So I hate writing, hate it with a passion. I mean, if you saw my handwriting, you'd think it was a chicken scratch. So for me, it was either write, and, type out on a keyboard and do all that, or stand in front of a video. And I took the lesser of two evils there. I stood in front of the video camera. Actually, I started off with a little $80 handheld flip cam type thing. Had it on a. Okay, this is. I don't tell many people this. I had it balanced on a kitchen stool, on a little camera mount in front of my computer. So I had it facing me, and that was it. I recorded my first videos that way. That little $80 camcorder made me my first $100,000, which is not a bad return on investment. So going from that to where I am now, that was really the turning point because it made me realize that, first of all, what I had to say people would listen to. And, it was a big confidence thing there because, okay, I'm doing that all day on with my clients. That's fine. I'm on a phone. But when you're putting yourself out and broadcasting yourself to the world, there's a little bit of tension, shall we say?
Yeah.
And you're like, is anyone going to listen? Does anyone give a damn about what I have to say? Well, as it turns out, what I was showing them was the value of the content, and people were able to connect with that, see what I was trying to communicate, and apply the strategies, and everything exploded from that. So yeah, that was the real struggle, was getting that message and having the confidence to put yourself out there, and then you've got to have a little thick skin, especially when you get up to this level in the industry. You've got to have thick skin. Someone's always going to tear you down. So I always make the analogy that if you imagine this is a rubber band, and then you go above the rubber band, someone's going to try and pull you back down to that rubber band. They don't want you to succeed. So as you start putting yourself out there, there's going to be people that pull you down. There's going to be people that try and don't want you to succeed, to be quite honest. You just got to ignore it, have thick skin, and just keep on rocketing like you've got the afterburners on and nothing's going to stop you. Yeah. And when I developed that attitude, hell, everything opened up. It was just like door after door open, opportunity after opportunity, and it just never let anything hold you back.
Yeah, and I think that when it comes to building any kind of a business, if it's going down to the bank, getting a loan, and trying, and opening up a Subway sandwich place, or if it's an Amazon store online, or if it's a blog that you're doing, or whatever it would be, all of those come with some unknowns.
Absolutely.
Come with some things, so for you, starting to, to saying, look, I need to get a message out, and I can't do it in writing. What's my solution? Geez, I've never done video before. I'm a little bit nervous. So you could have said, well, I guess I just won't do anything.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
But you had to, you had to say, no, it's impossible. I have to take that step. I've got to get out of that comfort zone, and let's just make it happen. Because now you're so, and I've seen plenty of your videos, you're so comfortable on video. You don't look at it like, oh my gosh, I'm talking to the world. You're saying, I'm talking to one person, right?
That's actually one of the ways to get around it. Yeah, is think I'm talking to one person. And that's it, guys. If you want a conversion tactic here, I'll give you one conversion tactic. Think about when you're talking and you're recording a video, or even if you're writing copy or an email, you're not having a conversation with the world. You're having a conversation with one person, your ideal customer, whoever that is. Talk to that one person. Have that conversation with one person. And that really also escalated the conversions across the board for everything we did. There's a lot of core concepts that can get in your way. And the thing is, you've got every obstacle that's thrown in your way, doesn't matter whether you're just starting out or you're at this level. There's going to be challenges and obstacles every day. You've got to go through it, over it, around it, under it, blow it up, whatever you've got to do. There's always going to be challenges. You've just got to have the courage to just, okay, it's just an obstacle, get it out my way, or what's the path around it. As long as you know the direction you're going and you get there, doesn't matter which path you take to get there, just get there.
Awesome. With your years of experience, the successes you've had, is there one success or one moment that really stands out for you? Where you say, man, I really, it could have been a product launch, a single day, an event, a theory that really kind of stands out as a remarkable achievement for you?
Honestly, that was a really hard one because I had to think about one achievement. And the thing is, I'm so proud of so many of the achievements. Everything from our first dollar that we made online when we had our very first sale.
Yeah.
And that was a reality. The first website closed. The day I actually had the courage to, at 16, start my own computer building business. The thing is that every achievement now stacks. All you do is raise the bar. I remember our very first 6-figure launch where I'm looking, big launch, big expectations. So I'm just refreshing it every few minutes. I'm watching the numbers go from 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000, 150,000. And it's just going up and up. And you kind of sat there with your jaw dropping. It's like, that's pretty good. Not bad. And then like our last launch, we did $750,000 in sales in 2 weeks. Not a bad payday.
Right.
The there's so many different achievements that I can't really put my finger on one achievement unless, okay, my wife is in the other room, so I'll say this one. I'll probably get some brownie points for this, but honestly, I was driving with my wife last night, and we were just realizing that we've been married 12 years, coming up on our 12th year. The fact that we've been able to do all of this and stay sane and stay married, and this is not just a Sean enterprise. I work with my wife 24 hours a day. Me and my wife are together. We run our business together. She is my partner in everything. She's also my conscience. I would say I'm the idea guy, the risk taker, the calculator. She's also my devil's advocate, and she's devil with the details. So that's a great unison there. It doesn't always work, but the fact that we've stayed sane and married through all of that, I'd say that's probably my biggest achievement.
Awesome.
So
I love that.
And I hope you're hearing that, honey. I heard her. I'm in my studio right now, and then the other side is our actual office. So, and if she didn't, I'll play the broadcast back for her.
That's awesome. Well, listen, marketing is about presenting the right offer to the right people at the right time. So now it's time to share some of your secrets with the Peak Marketer family. So let's get through some questions here.
Okay.
What is your favorite traffic source?
Oh, thing is, again, I'm always divesting traffic. Okay. I would say number one, email marketing. Anyone who doesn't look at email marketing, it's still the best way to contact and create an entire customer base. Outside of that, Facebook traffic is still very, very good. I think that's going to be on the decline in the next 2 years. But media buying is essential. It's a spigot you can turn on and off as long as you've got the conversions on the back end. But yeah, email marketing is still my favorite traffic source. I know I can send out an email, have thousands of people go to any offer I want just at the click of a button, and it takes me less than 5 minutes to write the email to send out to get that message out there. No better way. So anything you can do to build up an email list and create a relationship with that email list, that's instant traffic every single time.
Awesome. What is your most effective sales funnel tactic? So you get someone in. How do you really get conversions? Is there one thing that kind of sticks out as a recurring little trick of yours?
Yes. I'm gonna share this one. I usually don't give out these secrets. So Bill, I'm gonna give you family here a pretty good tactic. Okay, so one thing we did this on our last launch, and I've done this on several launches. I do a lot outside of IM, what's traditionally the IM market. But there's one thing that has literally kicked butt. We're doing it on our next launch as well, is I have 3 price levels. You can imagine this as your basic, silver, and gold level packages, okay? Now, what I do is, first of all, for a conversion tactic, is I put the highest price. If you imagine like a chart table of your pricing table, I put the highest one first. Now, the reason I do this is it anchors the value of your product, okay? So, for example, on our next product launch, which is, we'll talk about that later, but it's a very, very powerful piece of software, okay? The platinum kind of level is $97, okay? It's $97.67. It should be $197, but what we're doing is we'll position that the same as the gold package, which is the next package down. It's only 67 cents difference for a limited time. So what you're doing is you're seeing this platinum option at a higher, at a pretty high price. It's anchored that value in your head psychologically. And then you're seeing the next step down, which gives you a little less, almost the same price. This is a newspaper tactic for conversions, by the way. And then the cheaper option for, that's like half that. So what they're seeing is the platinum is the same price as almost the gold package, but they're getting more. Well, when we did that in a lot of our sales, 98% of sales were for the top package. Even though there was a cheaper option that was half the price, people all wanted that top package. Now, if I had reversed that, if I'd done what most people do, they put the cheapest option first, what you're doing is you're anchoring the cheap price and then scaling up. Most people don't like that. Reverse that and also offer different packages so People have a choice, but if you position your pricing just right, then your front end sales will explode, your profits will explode, and you can do very well. And also have good complementary upsells that are not obligatory to make your system work. Just give them upsells that will help them do something a little bit easier, or some templates, or some software that will automate some of the manual aspects of what you do. They're not essential, but they're great if they have the budget. It's always good to ask, would you like fries with that? Would you like to supersize that? Would you like an apple pie? Taking the McDonald's approach, cross-sells, upsells, and promotion. And then I'll give you another tactic as well. This is a high-end tactic. I think when people see what we're doing here, more and more people are going to do this. When we do our big launches, and we get a lot of support from great guys like Bill here, and a lot of front-end sales. But what we also do is we have a series of high-end training webinars that go after the launch. So we'll partner with some great partners who have got some great products that we really think our audience from this launch will really, really love. So we'll schedule up 4 webinars, one week after the other, as bonus training, some great material, and then some great offers as well. And by doing that, we'll make as much on the back end as profit as we do on the front end of gross sales. That's a win-win for everyone. So again, when you're creating JV partnerships, it's great to have that kind of mutual support and mutual love for each other, because you're partners in success. So another funnel tactic is position your pricing for your JVs, not just for your customers.
Awesome.
That way, you always promote it.
That's great, man. So you create a lot of products, you create a lot of training. How do you get ideas for products?
If you could see, I won't turn the webcam around, but I have stacks of notepads. I have a million ideas a day. I was even driving back from dropping my kid off at school, and then I had this crazy idea about solar panels. What's the one thing with solar panels? They're ugly, they're big black things on your roof, they're horrible. So I thought, I just had this random idea. Why not turn roof tiles into solar panels with a coating, so like the two-way mirrors, and then have them as a network, so as they're on your roof, they're not as efficient, but they could interconnect like a network and turn your entire roof into a solar panel with the solar crystals just random stuff. Nothing to do with anything I do anywhere. Yeah. But I have these ideas all the time, so I write them down. And I have loads and loads of ideas. And if I want an idea for a product or something like that, I'll just flick through there and say, maybe I could do that one. Is that worth the investment? Let me think about it a little more. I'll dive into them, and then we plan way ahead. I've got software developing for the next 2 years. And I always see new opportunities. There's always new things going on. There's a big trend, for example, right now, Amazon marketing is really, really hot. And the cool thing is most people are doing it wrong. I mean, for example, a lot of the store builders that are out there that load up your store and site with Amazon affiliate links, Google hates them. Okay, they hate them. They don't rank them. And worse still, a lot of them violate Amazon's terms of service. So we saw an opportunity right there to do something even better. And there's a lot of like $1,000 or $2,000 courses that are coming up that are part of the Amazon's FBA program, and you need tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to actually execute it.
Right.
It's out of the reach of most people. So I saw an opportunity between this broken model of affiliate stores plus the FBA program to position a product right in the middle of that and give the best of both worlds without having to put tens of thousands of dollars out or risk everything on a piece of crappy affiliate site that isn't going to do anything. So again, you can just turn a model or turn an angle and look at things slightly different and find an opportunity, and then you basically just look to leverage that, see what you can do, and then just position your product to solve a problem. And there are so many problems in the world, so many problems that need solutions. All you've got to do is find a problem, create a solution, and then find the people with that problem, match the two together. You've got yourself a business.
Awesome. What is something every marketer must know how to do well. You know, we outsource parts of our business. We hire people to do things. I have a team. You've got a team. Those can be big and small. But what is something that, to call yourself a marketer, you at least need to know how to do it well?
You see, that's a tough one, because I'm very much a believer in you should manage your business, not be stuck in your business. I'd say if there's one skill that everyone should know, is pay traffic. Traffic generation is essential. Now, you can outsource that if you want to, but I really think it's a good skill that everyone should know, and understand conversions as well. You get those two. It doesn't matter if you don't have the resources to start a big team. I mean, we've got a huge team. I've got a team in Pakistan, the Philippines. We've got a big team in the United States. We got people in the UK. I mean, we have about 3 different teams of developers right now. I've got a team in Russia working on some projects. We've got people all over the place. I could not do what my team does. I understood I had weaknesses in areas, or I just couldn't do everything myself. And that was one of the mistakes I made at the very start, was trying to think I could do everything myself. The thing is that there are people with skill sets out there that are way in excess of yours. Don't be afraid to buy that skill set to replace and do the things that you want to do. Nothing wrong with that, and I really encourage people to do that. But if you've not got the budget, understand traffic generation. That's the one thing that will separate you from the herd and give you huge advantages. You can turn on traffic to any offer. Doesn't matter if it's an affiliate offer, someone else's product. Say you're promoting one of our products. If you understood traffic generation, I pay you 50% of every sale you make. Guess what? You didn't have to hire the programmers. You didn't have to figure out the launch funnels. You didn't have to figure out all the copywriting, all the graphics, all the delivery, all the customer service that goes on the back end. But I give you half my money right up front. That's great. All you had to do was generate traffic to a page. That's a pretty easy way to make money. So traffic generation can open up many, many doors, and then you can take it from there.
Great. Which part of marketing do you wish that you personally knew more about?
That's a tough one, because I've been in this industry so long that I've got it nailed. I really can't say there's one area that I want to know more about. However, I'm learning something new every day. I'm part of big masterminds. I actually hold a lot of masterminds myself. I love learning from other people, because other people do things differently. Everyone's got a different approach to a problem, or an industry, or a leverage point, or they've got some tactic or strategy they're using. So there's not one I can say I wish I knew more about, but I'm always learning new stuff. I'm always pushing the boundaries. And every time I hit a goal, that's great. That's now reset to the start. That goal I hit is now the start of the next level. And I keep going up and up and up. And I don't see anywhere to stop, which is great. And it makes everything so much more fun. So don't stop learning. I wouldn't say there's any one area that I would need to learn, but I just can't see a way to stop learning. And everyone's so innovative. This industry is amazing. There's some of the most imaginative, innovative people on the planet, always looking for that angle, that new approach, that new tactic or strategy or way to leverage something that just blows my mind. And I'm learning new stuff that we're applying in our business every single day. And that's a fantastic place to be.
Okay, welcome back to the Hot 5 round. We're looking for some quick answers to these juicy questions, Sean. What is the one thing you do every day that makes you money?
One of the beautiful things is I don't do anything. I'm very fortunate in the way we've set up.
Well, you're out of bed, right? So you did get out of bed today. So I think
I did, and that's a good start. I would say I've got lots of recurring revenue streams, and that's one of the things that is great. I could disappear like I did last week. I disappeared for a week to an event. I didn't do anything except network. That's great. That opens up lots of new opportunities. But every day I wake up, there's money in my bank account, and it's growing and growing and growing every single day because of recurring income streams. So one thing I do is I check my bank balances, which is always a good place to do that. And that makes me money. It's automatic. That's great. Automated funnels, if you can have anything that's, again, ticking over, just continuously pushing. I'm a big automator. I love everything to be streamlined, automated, and I'm out of the way of my own business, so to speak. So I like setting those things up so I don't have to wake up every morning and do something. I'm always planning. I'm always talking with my teams to see, okay, what's our numbers, what's things going on. And then if I had to say one thing I do, I'll send out an email. Maybe I'm promoting an offer. Maybe I'm warming people up for a launch that's coming up or things like that, or something like that. But yeah, maybe I'd say sending an email. But a lot of my stuff is so automated, I don't even think about it.
Yeah. What do you think has the biggest potential for growth going forward in our business?
Paid traffic.
Paid traffic.
Paid traffic. Everyone is still kind of on the SEO bandwagon, and that's been a trap for years. I've been doing paid traffic since, probably before anyone heard of paid traffic. Back when, okay, I'm going to go back in time here. I'm going to jump in the DeLorean and hit 88. Back to when it was go.com, or was it, I can't even remember if that was the right name. Go.com, or it became Overture, which became Yahoo Search Marketing. Mm-hmm. And then that defunct. AdWords. Paid traffic is it, because it's a controllable traffic stream that you can literally leverage at any time. But again, people don't want to invest in that because it's not converting traffic. So yeah, traffic generation with paid traffic. That is the one thing that I see as still virtually untapped. Although there's millions and millions spent every day on paid traffic, for the masses, for the new marketers out there, learning that, I think that's one of the biggest growth sectors still. There's so much real estate available, cheap, with media buys, that, yeah, that still has massive potential for growth.
Great. What is the software or app that you would recommend to our listeners?
You know, I use so many that it was really hard for me to pick one. But funnily enough, the one I settled on is the one we're using right now, Skype. I connect with all of my teams anywhere in the world, literally click of a button. I can leave them messages, give them instructions, have them coordinated with my team managers, my project managers, just like that. I can contact my JV partners, my friends, my network, everything else. Boom. There's group chats where we can let people know what we've got going on. If there's opportunities coming up, I can quickly, at a glance, see what's going on. We can have great conversations like this, interviews. I can record videos right through this, and then use it on my sales pages if I wanted to. Skype is an essential part of my business. In fact, I leave my Skype on 24/7, 365, pretty much, and so people are continuously contacting me. Yeah. It's a great place. It's a great tool for communication, and business is built on communication. It's built on connections like this, your network. It just gives you so much opportunity to do what we do every single day.
Awesome. So what is your favorite song lyric?
Now that I had to think about that one, because Bill gave me a list of questions that were going to come up here. Thankfully, I can't tell you how many interviews I go on when it's just unscripted and I have no opportunity. And this was out of all of the questions you've given me, this was the hardest one, because I had to think, okay, guys, I'm a metalhead. I love heavy metal, death metal, dark metal, classic rock. I listen to chamber music, classical. I listen to so much different stuff. But I had to think, I had to think of a poignant lyric that actually stuck in my head. And if you're listening to bands like Cradle of Filth and all the rest, which is very weird. People look at me like I'm weird, but again, it helps with the ADD. I can get myself into the mental.
Keeps you focused.
Drives my wife nuts, which I don't blame her for, because Cradle of Filth is a quiet taste. Or Iron Maiden, she's okay with AC/DC and a lot of my other lighter stuff. But I had to settle on an Iron Maiden lyric, which was, "Don't waste your time always searching for the wasted years. Face up, make your stand, and realize you're living in the golden years." And
Nice.
like and that kind of stuck in my head because yeah, we've all made mistakes. We've got our failures every day. We succeed, we fail. Fine, move on. Doesn't matter. It's in the past. Move on. There's a beautiful set of opportunities ahead of you every single day if you open your eyes and see it, and then seize those opportunities.
Awesome, man. What book would you recommend for our listeners? It could be any kind of book that has just made an impact in your life.
You know, I'm going to give you guys a little Sean tip. I couldn't give one book because I've read literally hundreds of books. And I've got a little secret. I use a service called getabstract.com. And what they do is they condense all of these books down into cliff notes, executive summaries. So you can have a 400-page nonfiction book condensed down into 15 pages. It's summary, it removes all the fluff and the filler, and it gets down to the core concepts. I mean, there's a book that I'm not going to mention the name, but it was released by a very famous public speaker in the motivational space that is hundreds of pages of fluff, okay? And again, I'm not going to say names, but you can summarize that entire book up into 4 words. Buy indexed funds. Actually, 3 words. That's the entire book. Could be summarized in 3 words. Buy indexed funds. That was it. And I was thinking, okay, all that fluff and filler, I could have saved myself hours and hours of time just by getting down to the nitty gritty. Here's the summary version. And I mean, I could read 50 books in a weekend like that. And if there's a really good one that does excite me or I really want to dig into it more, then I might go get that book. But one thing, it's just so powerful to get these Cliff Notes versions, go through the concepts, understand what's being said, get through all the crap and filler, right to the meat and potatoes, the real good gold, and then boom, you can just acquire so much knowledge so much faster.
That's great. So
getabstract.com. It's like,
great.
I think it's $250 for a year.
Great.
But you've got unlimited books that you could just boom, boom, boom. And they got different plans. I went for the top package because I wanted the unlimited because I'm like, okay, feed me knowledge, feed me knowledge.
Feed me right. It's awesome.
A prime example, I got into stock market trading a couple of years ago and really wanted to learn everything I could. Okay, great. Get abstract. Boom, 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 boom. Learning from Warren Buffett, all the other marketing greats. Get all their knowledge and then boom, done.
Great. So here is a little bonus question we have. If you had to start over and all you had was a laptop, and I'm going to give you $1,000.
That's very generous of you. Thank you.
It is. I'm going to give you $1,000 to do this. How would you start over and begin to make money in 30 days? I feel like you've left footprints all over this discussion today. But,
yeah.
With $1,000, how would you start over?
Okay, if I had to start again, and again, I'm assuming I don't have an email list.
Right.
And I have no JV contracts.
No, none of that.
Okay.
But you got $1,000 a laptop and you know what you know.
Okay, first thing I would do is I would create 10 websites in 10 markets in my local area, maybe city or what have you. What I would do is I'd create 10 websites, say, best dentists, Victorville, best doctors, Victorville, or something like that. Mm-hmm. I'd create 10 websites. Then I'd go I'd get them ranked. Maybe I'd do a video as well because you can rank videos in 24 hours, promoting this website. I'd get it ranked above everyone else very quickly. And then I'd go to all of the dentists who are not on page 1 in that city. And I'd say, hey, we got this great website. We're currently ranking number 1. Would like to offer one person in this area an opportunity to sponsor this site. The cost of that is $1,000 for a month. And what I would do in that email communication that goes out to maybe 10 people, I'd CC across the line so they can see that I'm letting them know, I'm letting their competition have this opportunity as well. Okay? It's a pretty sneaky little local marketing tactic. But what happens is someone's going to take that opportunity to grab that. Now, if I do that in 10 markets, and then what have I done? I've bought 10 domains, $100. I've spent, if I use a coupon code from somewhere like HostGator, I've got my first month of hosting for a penny. I've got those 10 WordPress websites, very easy to put together, boom, 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 boom. And that's it. That's basically all I've done. $100. So you can have 900.
Go have a steak dinner and just wait for
Absolutely.
the replies.
Now
that's awesome.
Now I could accelerate this. Okay, so that's pretty slick. Okay, so 10 times 10 industries times $1,000. That's $10,000 a month income. That's okay. But now I've recorded that entire process from execution, start to finish. I create a $2,000 webinar from that. And now I start finding a webinar broker who would be interested in, and I can show them the real results, case studies live. From that, I can start then getting those webinars out there, making a few $100,000 across the next few months. And then on the back end of that, I'll have a live event, which does this as an intensive boot camp, where we'll actually help you set all that up in your local area. And that's a $10,000 boot camp. So I'll be back up and running in no time. And that's just one. Business. I've got loads of strategies that I could have done, but I thought that would just be a fun one, just to show you going from zero, $100, boom, 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 all the way up to multiple six-figure incomes.
That's awesome, man. Let's wrap this up. Do you have any parting thoughts for the Peak Marketer family? And also, how can our listeners connect with you?
Well, everyone can find me on Facebook. You can find our website, iamsuccesscenter.com. And I'd say, guys, don't be afraid to put yourselves out there. Don't be afraid to learn. Don't let obstacles get in your way. And just be determined. Everyone hits failure. Everyone hits success. A lot of people give up before they see success. In fact, it's a very sad fact that in the internet marketing industry, 95% of people give up. They don't hit that success. And that's a shame, because it's the 5% are making money hand over fist. You've just got to get that breakthrough moment. And it's going to come. The more you hammer at this wall to break through that barrier, you're going to get there. You just got to be determined and put things into action. See so many people spin around in circles, not able to put things into action. Just find the gear, slam it in, put the foot down on the accelerator, and just keep going forward.
We'll leave it at that. Sean, thank you so much for sharing your journey with us.
Hey, you're most welcome. I was actually it was different. This was different than what I've usually done in the past. So it's great to have some flexibility and kind of diverse a little bit into different areas and share some of those insights.
Good. Thank you, man.